Look out, listen to this. Free warning. These are reasons you should never do psychedelic drugs. They're bad for you. Scary stuff, man. Not dissing on it, not disrespecting it in any way. Just be careful out there. Hello, internet humans. This video is about dimethyltryptamine. Well, let's get it. This is gonna be about a story from my past. It was one beautiful, let's say, July day. I don't know, I'm guessing sometime in the summer. Very, very beautiful day. And I decide to just smoke some DMT out of a fucking little one of these pipes. I sit down and I load it up, you know, the little straw, put it in the hole, the crack pipe, fucking... I was thinking, I was like, I kind of want to go outside for this experience, but I can't really like light a meth pipe outside. For one, there's air moving, so a lighter, and you know, science. It just doesn't equation. And also just hitting a meth pipe outside just isn't a very like socially acceptable thing, I guess, for some reason. I take it, I'm sitting on the couch, I take one really good rip. And I was like, whoa, it hit me harder than I thought it would. And I fought the urge to lay down. I stood up and I walked over to this glass sliding door that is like, leads to the outside, obviously. And it has no handle. So you had to like press your hand against the glass and like slide it with a grip. But like, as soon as I hit the deams, I got oil. I felt like oil everywhere, like a layer of, you know, like, you already know. So my hands were like really slippery. I got the glass and it just like smeared handprints everywhere. So I walked back to the couch, I hit it one more time really good, and then I like fought the urge to just pass out, and I walked over to the door and I just like forced it open with like my body weight. And the first thing I saw when I walked outside, there was this guy, he was walking by across the street. There's this little mini mart I used to work at, literally right across the street from where I lived. This guy, he's walking. Another guy's riding a bicycle just right by at the same time. Another guy is like in a car driving by, in a truck driving by. There's like a plane in the background, and I just like became all of these people all at once, like moving in their space wherever they were walking, wherever they were going. I felt like I was them and me. And I shook that off and ignored it, and I walked over the grass, and I just like lay down, spread out, like, oh yeah. This light represents the sun baking me, beaming at me. This is where it gets awesome. So, I'm laying in the grass. I'm just like looking up, obviously, at the sky. And in the air itself, I'm seeing the different air pressures, like the hot air and the cold air. You know, the air pressures. And they were like morphing and fighting each other and just like atmosphere shit. So I'm seeing literally the air pressures all over, like hot and cold mixing, and these air pressures are like the wind, are like creating the winds. The winds are breaking the clouds apart, and I'm seeing each like air pressure. It's like I'm literally seeing the air paint the clouds almost, like break them apart and like dissipate the clouds in geometric forms. Like the cloud is breaking apart, like. I was seeing what was breaking it apart. I wasn't just seeing it break apart and like, oh, it looks like this. A couple minutes later, it looks like this. No, I was seeing it live action every second. This was over here. This was over here. Everything was live action. I could see every point of the cloud breaking, and it was doing it to all the clouds in the sky. It looked like they were being painted. All the way down, you could see the air pressure all the way to where it was moving through the tree branches. The same air that was forming the clouds was moving the trees, waving at me. The sun's just baking me. Nice energy. It's moving the trees, it's moving the grass, moving the flowers, it's the air itself, the clouds, everything down to my face and my hairs, all moving, bugs flying by. And it was just like, I was in like a live action painting of Mother Nature. Just like everything was being painted all at once. So beautiful. I just sat there like this. And it felt like the sun was washing me. Like every cell of my body was like in a fucking solar panel. It was just absorbing the sun. Like, it felt so great. I was just in this live action painting. It just kept going. That's about as much as I can explain. Afterglow on this stuff. amazing for like a whole month after all these experiences. Very profound things. Thank you for listening to me ramble on the internet about boring things. Peace and love.